Suffering creates the appearance of a separative perceptual field of me, apart from everything. The separative perceptual field cannot be aware of the borderless infinite energy, because it is already the infinite energy, living as the narrow perceptual field of me. So there is nothing that can be recognized or not recognized in order to escape the borders. Borderless energy is living as this bordered field of energy. Somehow the paradox of liberation is that no bordered me has ever awoken to infinite energy, because all there is borderless infinite energy being all the separate fields of perception, including both the apparent awakened or woken person's field of perception and the apparent ignorant person's field of perception. All there is this borderless energy. The bordered field of me absolutely cannot realize that it is borderlessness being a bordered field. Only borderlessness is. There is no realization of this because there is only borderlessness without any separate individual there to realize it. Since there is no reasoning behind borderlessness's play with itself, the human mind and reason cannot reason itself or themselves out of this dilemma. The human mind and reason are the bordered field of this, and yet they cannot unborder themselves. Human reason cannot end suffering because it is the bordered trying to unborder the border. How absurd. It's like the blind leading the blind into deeper blindness. Only borderless infinite energy is not bordered, which obviously has never happened to anyone, obviously referring to a bordered field whenever we refer to anyone. So borderless infinite energy has never happened in the history of humankind, because this is all there is right here, right now, without an other. There is no other time. There is no other place. There are no other people. As this borderless looking, you are nothing other than it. The great thing about awakening is that there is never anything other than it, and will never be anything other than it. And yet, there is no it. There is no self because there is no limited thing here to be a self. There is no limitation to this. When there is no sense of a separate individual who lives or dies, then there is no death and no separate person who is alive. All there is the infinite energy being everything. This sense of being a separate me, apart from the universe, creates the idea and the experience that there is a difference between life and death, that there is a me who is alive and a me who will die. As this unknowing begins to happen, there arises the insight that there never was a me who was living, and also there was never a me who dies, but simply the borderlessness of this void of infinite energy is happening. Then comes along a seeker. Everything is looking for this, and yet the comedy is that everything is already this looking. The spiritual seeker appears to be seeking something, but the essence of the non-problem is that there never has been and will never be any somethings in the entirety of creation. The seeker is already everything looking. The seeker is already unbound. There was never a seeker looking. There was just everything looking out of this. No one has ever found something to hold on to, or anything that is consistent, because there is nothing of the sort. No one has found everything. No one has found awakening. That too cannot be found. So, everyone's screwed. The fact that everyone is totally screwed is the cosmic joke. Everyone is totally screwed. Every appearance of every particular thing is screwed, because its existence is also just this wild energetic flash of this, flashing as this flashes. The seeker too is this flash of this. Wholeness too is this flash of this. The apparent someone who is suffering or who is looking for something is everything flashing into looking for something. Everything is just flashing as particular things, when really it's everything flashing as something. If you look for the something, you will only find nothing and everything, because the something is just flashing. Everything is looking, yet it has no awareness of it. Just being the looking is what it is without awareness. So you cannot escape looking for something, just like you cannot escape looking for this. There is no escape from looking or not looking, because everything is looking out of everything. You can only see everything because you are everything. Right now, you are just seeing everything appearing as this speaking, listening to the speaking of everything, although it might appear to you like you are hearing something about everything. The seeker is everything looking out of the seeker. The finder is everything looking out of the finder. There is no difference. No one has ever found anything to hold on to in this whole thing. Nothing is being said here about everything in these words. This is just everything appearing as words.